Today I want to talk about the whole situation that's happening with this man who gave a love letter to his wife. That was very unsettling. It went viral everywhere. And honestly, I can say that the man and the love letter, like as a person who is realistic and who probably have been in a similar situation, because honestly sometimes you are not fully attracted to somebody, but you still want to give the person a chance because you don't want to be a shallow human being, right? And you just, especially for women, that's usually what women does. Like, if you know, women will be like, oh my gosh, I'm not super attracted to this person, but yeah, let me not pursue, but let me like see if if I give the chance, if I give the energy, I'm going to get like something better, But I've never seen women posting this thing, because honestly, if we were to post this, most men would feel would feel very, 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 very upset, and rightfully so. And this man literally posted that his woman is not the most beautiful and the most intelligent, and this woman is intelligent. That's a funny part too. And she's gorgeous. She is stunning. And I'm not here to be like, oh my gosh, trying to prove that she's beautiful, because she's honestly is. That's just the fact. That's just the tea. That's the facts. And and the fact that he posted it, it's not that. I don't think he doesn't think that the woman is beautiful. I think he was trying to appeal to, like, oh my gosh, like, she may not be beautiful. Beautiful is not what people should be looking for, which I totally agree. I feel like at some point you should be attracted to your partner, right? But if that's all you have, right, and all that's all you're seeking, and that's all you end up having with somebody, honestly, you really need to reflect what your standards are, because shallowness is something that I feel like a lot of people struggle with, right? They're immediately, when they're attracted to somebody, they allow a lot of things to slide. And honestly, I think it's quite frankly, you shouldn't do that. Like if you're in a situation where you actually find somebody super attractive, you should just sit and make the person's actions speak for themselves. And if in a while it doesn't speak for themselves, you just bounce. Like, because attractiveness should not be the reason that you're with somebody for a long period of time, especially marriage. Marriage is something that people do not understand. It's something even I don't understand. It's something, honestly, when people marry, they start understanding, or maybe they never understand. It's something so complex, and so it's not just two people. It's you're creating like an entity. You're creating something that is unique, and that's like you're creating your little own kingdom, right? And you have to choose who you want to create that kingdom with, right? You want to choose wisely. I mean, women might as well just stay single or just date. Don't rush into marriage. I would honestly advise most women not to rush into marriage, because every time we do this, we do that, we don't end up with people we are compatible with. And that's literally what she did. And I feel like she's probably at the age where, like, she's probably been told to, and she needs to get somebody. She needs to, and she's African. Like, we're expected to, like, I understand the expectations, and I love the expectations we have on us to, for the woman to be married, and for the woman to, want a beautiful family. But at the same time, I feel like African people, African parents should also promote having a person who's not just there to give children. I'm being honest. Because yeah, you should really want your daughter to be with the best of the best. And I think that's something most African parents should strive for their daughter to have, because that's what happens when you end up with people who are very, very much, how can I say, very, very much, like, when you're like a woman and then you're a certain age, you have to settle, in a sense, right? Which is unfortunate. And that's what happens. That's what, it's something that you need to really, you need to talk to your daughter, and don't just wait until she's done school. Like, literally vet, be like, yo, you need to choose the best. Like, don't go out there settling for the bare minimum, and for like somebody who's gonna give you breadcrumbs. It may be cute when you guys are dating. You know what, it's cute when you're dating, but marriage, man, when it comes to marriage, don't do it if the person is still giving you breadcrumbs, if the person has not improved, man, might as well you just stay single, like from the word of the wise, stay single. Don't that's the word of the wise. Just stay single. And I think if you are scared of not being pregnant, there's so many things now that we have improved to increase women's chances of being pregnant. So I feel like the scare that we have, that at a certain age we can't be pregnant, all these things, we really need to. Now I'm going on a little rant. But the thing that honestly baffled me in this situation is that, even though, like, I watched this video and I saw that he sent a letter to his wife, or to his soon to be wife, and she read it. And honestly, when you read that letter, to be quite fair, he didn't say anything that's really bad. If I'm being quite honest, he said something that honestly I think is quite truthful sometimes. Sometimes, like the person's inner beauty. Maybe I understand because I've been in those situations, right? Where like the person's inner like soul is what makes you just want to be with that person. It's not necessarily thinking that the person is more really good looking, right? But I would never write that whole message and give to the person, because that is not something you want your partner. That's something you maybe you say to you give to your partner, like in a sense of like just to be like, okay, the reason I'm with you is not because of all these superficial things. It's something I'm actually really deeply connected to you. It's not something that another woman who can come and she's attractive and is going to take your place, because you are the type of person that's irreplaceable. And I think that's the message I got from that, right? But the fact that this man is a public image and he's making his money from public perception, and he's always writing, persuading people, and always like in people's heads, when you being a public figure and being an entertainer is meticulous. You really are playing with people's emotion. I feel like people who are in any sort of entertainment, they have this really good knowledge of how to persuade people, and how to be very, very, how to use certain words to trigger certain emotion in people, and how to very use their words to like just use their words, because they've been in the game for a long time. And he's a dating coach, and he probably is good with his words, right? Because if you're not I don't know, like, I don't know anybody who's in the entertainment industry who does not know how to use their words, or who doesn't know how to use, especially if you're a spokesperson, right? You know how to use words are your bread. You have to use certain words to basically make money. That's how you make the living, to convince people, to make sure that what you're saying is believable, right? And living by those, I mean, some people don't even, right? But people still believe them, because that's the power of how word can be. Word can be super powerful. It doesn't matter how much bull crap you do in your life, but how you persuade, how you say certain things, people are, oh my god, oh my goodness, wow, you have a point, like, and that is quite scary, quite frankly, if I have to say about that. But he knows how the public is. You've been around the public enough. You've seen what goes on social media. She's the type of woman, she goes to work. She I don't think she's a social media person. And for anybody who's on social media, and anybody who makes their bread from social media, who literally understand how the media works, right? You literally are. I think I am upset. It's not really what he said, to be quite frank with you. I think it's something he should have just left with to her, like he sent the love letter. I mean, the letter to her, and kept it to that, to just show that like, he's into her more than just her beauty, and he's not into her for shallow reasons, right? Because some people are just married for shallowness, and they stay together for shallowness, and then they're miserable in shallowness. That and that I understand. That's something he should have just give to her. but he should have not posted because he knows better. You know why he knows better? Because he's on all media all the time. That's how he makes his living, right? And he put this woman in such a vulnerable situation. When you're a media person, when you're somebody who, well, that's how you make your living. You don't put the people that you love in such a vulnerable state. That's why so many people and so many like actors or actresses, they don't even want their kids to do what they do because the media is brutal. The media is nobody's friend, man. The media takes you and chew you and spit you out like you're nothing. And unfortunately, this woman is part of the media discussion, part of the brutality that the media comes with. And honestly, if these people get married, I think the media will make them it doesn't matter how beautiful and how honest and how he loves this woman. He created something that she would never go back from. And he created something disastrous for himself. And he may be now super popular, but if he truly loves her, if he truly cares for her, he only and him and God knows that because I don't. And I guess the woman that he's with. But honestly, do you really know if somebody loves you? Like, at this point, sometimes it's just words. Hey, action speaks louder than words. But people be like, love. I'm like, hey, please, 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 please. I don't believe that shit though. Sorry for my language. I don't believe you have to work hard. You have to do something because the more you don't make me believe, the more. So if she's like those, I mean, like honestly, I should not be dating good advice because I would be like, as a woman, you should always have one foot ready to run. Because these men, to be quite fair, these men are interesting. I'm just joking, please. This is me just talking crap. Please don't believe what I'm saying. I'm not a dating coach or dating advice. I'm just talking. This is me just spewing crap. But in all honesty, I don't think this marriage would last. And because how you start, the beginning is always important, right? So the beginning of the marriage is not good. So it's not going to get better once they get married. It's not because he doesn't love all these things. It's because of the people he allowed into his kingdom, right? In the kingdom, you don't allow everybody to enter. Not everybody can enter your kingdom. That's why you and your partner are supposed to literally be each other's like rocks, like in a sense like somebody talks anything and you just don't expose everything you have in your kingdom outside. Like what I'm in a situation that why people just come on social media and then they just talk about their relationships. Nobody cares. Like I don't care about your relationship. Like that's the thing. I don't care. I don't care about your relationship. I really don't. And that's a true tea. People need to understand that we don't care. We don't care about if you're in a loving relationship. I mean, actually, I like seeing loving relationship because that one, it's cute. It's cute to see. But, like, I don't really care about your relationships. Like, I don't give two Fs. I think loving relationship is good to see. I love it. It's a good representation. Representation matter, especially good representation. Bad representation, y'all can keep that in the bedroom. But so it's like, honestly, it's not gonna last. They're going to be together, I would say 2 to 3 years max, and they will. I'm usually right. People were mad at me in Cash and Cinco. They were like, "Oh my gosh, and people were like give me so many hates on my video that I made." But those people are not together because I understand something that a lot of people don't understand. I'm not gonna say it. I understand it, and yeah. And that's okay. It's okay. Not a lot of people understand that thing, but it's okay. And in 2 to 3 years, I'm not here to put people into timeline, but he created something that it's a huge insecurity that he created that was so unneeded in his relationship. And I've never seen an insecure relationship or an insecure, especially a vulnerable, like especially when you put your person in such a vulnerable state, that person want being with you for a long time. At first they would think that they want to be with you because they've been with you for a minute, right? By a minute I mean like 2 to 3 years depending, or 1 year. And then they saw all the work you did and they believe in you. But when you bring in all this toxicness in all this unnecessary people that have opinion, right? That's what in the kingdom You protect the person that you care about. You protect that person from not being vulnerable state because you care about them, right? So clearly he doesn't care, and that's a huge message. She may not understand it now because sometimes love blinds you, but she would soon eventually, especially she's a black woman, especially as an African woman, she may be slow, but she would understand. I think she would be slow at understanding it. But she would definitely understand, and she would be out of that situationship or relationship or marriage. Good lucks to both of them. I really hope that whoever she's next is not in the public eye, and somebody who's humble and smart like her, and somebody who she deserves, and somebody who would treat her like she is the best and the wonderful woman that she is. And I don't know her personally, but I just feel so bad that she's in this scrutiny of media, and she has to now feel like she's not embarrassed because honestly, if she acts like she's not embarrassed, it's just because sometimes you have to fake it till you make it kind of thing, in a sense of like you just have to get out of the situation and then deal with the person after, the real problem after. Which is her partner. And he would have not been a real problem if he had not posted that. Like, honestly, he isn't 110% wrong because he knows how the media works. He knows what kind of things can make reactions from the media. And him posting that, despite the fact that he said that he posted wonderful things about his wife or his soon-to-be wife, yeah, if he wanted to be popular, he succeeded. But if he wanted to keep his wife, he failed. That's all I have to say.